Hello, I'm Ryan with ERIK'S, and today we're going to go over the best ways to protect your e-bike investment by showing you the best security methods for use on the road, on the go around town, or at home. Before we get into the different methods, let's go over some different lock types and the best practices on them. In general, you'll want to find a lock with a high security rating to match the value of your bike. We generally recommend a high quality U-lock, chain lock, or a high security folding lock. While U-locks are a staple in the bike industry, unusual tube shapes and sizes of e-bike frames can make them harder to use with said locks. Folding locks and high security chains offer much better versatility. These types of locks maintain a high level of security, but give the flexibility to be put through frames, wheels, and hard to access locking locations. To correctly lock your e-bike, use a high security chain or folding lock through the frame, the rear wheel, and around a secure spot. Use a second high security lock through the front wheel to the secure spot or bike frame as well. The best practice is to use multiple locks along with the tips coming up for the highest level of protection for your e-bike investment. If you're going to be storing your e-bike in a location regularly, whether it be for 8 hours at the office, overnight in an apartment secure bike room, or your locked garage, you can leave a high security lock at the location so you can use it along with another lock you carry for daily use out and about. The physical lock is important for sure, but some electric bikes have built-in security features as well. For example, some specialized e-bikes allow you to lock your bike in the specialized app, effectively disabling the electronics in your bike, making it useless until you get back into the app and turn it back on. Some newer forms of bike security products even make use of electronics to protect your bikes. Many of our shops stock items to hide a tracking device, like an AirTag or a tile, in multiple spots on your bike. Just ask about the Lesign Matrix line. Additionally, some locks themselves have built-in alarms to scare away thieves, and you can even send an alert to your phone. Even when we're safely at home, our bikes can still be at risk. However, we can do a lot to minimize risk and maximize protection for our rides. Wall anchors can be used in your garage or home storage space to add a secure spot to lock your e-bike to if you don't already have one. If you can store your bike inside your house or apartment, that is always our first recommendation. However, that option may not be available to some riders without the space for storage or those living in an apartment. If your apartment has a secure bike storage, make sure to always lock your bike to a secure structure inside the storage, as these rooms or cages are a big target for thieves. Efficient and durable protection while on the go is a major balance to consider when using your bike for errands and commuting. Some of the most secure options for your bike can be unwieldy or unavailable to bring along for your ride, and some of the most convenient options may be less protection than you're looking for. But there's ways to maximize your bike safety beyond the equipment itself to consider into the equation. It's important to remember the power of a visual deterrent. Thieves will often weigh the risk of an attempt on your bike by how tricky your locking mechanisms appear. While no lock is indestructible, some definitely look the part. The best way to protect your ride is to persuade bad actors not to touch it in the first place. Pairing a U-lock with a cable for security around the frame and front wheel appears to be twice the hassle to break through, and a hefty chain lock around key aspects of the bike is often enough to turn attention towards the next bike in the rack. No matter where you're riding, whether commuting to work or out for a leisurely ride to the park, it's important to lock your bike as securely as possible. More and more public and private spaces are offering secured parking and storage options, and these should always be your first choice. However, if your route doesn't offer these amenities, choosing an effective lock system is hugely important and can be paired with smart location choices. Choosing a visible parking spot can save your ride, and while it may seem counterintuitive, having a lot of eyes on your bike rather than hiding it can prove an excellent countermeasure for bike theft. Sometimes we need to travel with our bikes, which often means long trips with your bike either stashed inside your vehicle or put on an external bike rack, exposed to the public and the elements. Even when on the go, extra security should still be a top priority. Some bike racks have integrated locking mechanisms to simplify the process of theft protection while your bike rack is in use. For added security, we recommend a lock around the chassis of your bike rack and around your bike center triangle. Remember to remove things like water bottles, bags, and such that can easily be taken off to make sure those items don't disappear while you stop for lunch. Some riders may be concerned that their rack may be removed entirely. Luckily, most models of hitch-mounted racks feature locking knobs that protect the stinger from being removed from the vehicle without a key in place. Of course, the best tip for traveling with an electric bike on a car rack is to keep the bike in your sight as much as possible. Additionally, we'd always recommend taking the bike inside overnight if you have the option. Sadly, bike theft can happen, even if you take all the precautions, but there are things that you can do to get your bike back should it be recovered. You could record your serial number in a place where it can be easily found. Your serial number can usually be found under the bottom bracket area of your bike, stamped into the metal. Be sure to file your receipts for reference later. If you bought your bike at ERIK'S, your receipt, serial number, and model information is stored with us if you ever lose it. You could take a picture of your bike and any distinguishing features. If available, register your bike with your city or a third-party bike registration system. You could register your purchase with the lock manufacturer to take advantage of any programs like key replacement or Kryptonite's anti-theft protection offer. You can check with your homeowner's or renter's insurance about adding your bike to your policy. Remember to keep your e-bike secure, use high security locks and proper locking techniques. And for extra protection, add a tracker or an alarm. These things can help stop bike thieves in their tracks and make sure your e-bike stays where you put it. Stop by your local ERIK'S or check out shoperiks.com to get everything you need to lock up and protect your e-bike. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Have any bike lock or safety tips we missed? Leave it down below in the comments. And if you'd like to see more from us, be sure to subscribe and consider checking out our other videos. See ya.